Coming up, we discuss LAX updates and tips, Lyft raising prices, fake surge, a driver hack, favorite driver, Uber Pro, driver count trends, King's tip for February, and more. A special thanks to JT Legal Group. They can be reached by phone at 888-542-6351 or click the link on our website at kingofuber.com. From Southern and Central California, you're listening to the King of Uber podcast. This is episode 90. And here he is, the King of Uber, Johnny.
Hello, y'all. Thanks for visiting us here at the King of Uber. My name is Johnny, and I'm with here Dolph and Lonnie. How you chaps doing today?
That is so random.
Howdy, partner.
I don't even know where that came from. I just we started the podcast, and this accent just took over for some reason.
I say. Hey, Johnny, I have a question for you.
What is that?
So, what was your prediction about the Super Bowl?
Oh, spot on. I said the Kansas City Chiefs were going to win by 11 points, and they did.
Let's go back and hear what you said.
My prediction, I really do think the 49ers are going to blow out the Chiefs because the 49ers defense is so good. That's my prediction. Hey, you know me. I don't like talking about the past. I only talk about the future.
I see.
So I had lunch with the next chosen one today.
The chosen one, as in
The chosen one.
Is it Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
The next king, my son.
Oh,
I see.
So I told him, we're gonna record our 90th episode today, and he looks at me and he's like, Dad, I really don't care.
Wow.
I go, you haven't listened to it? He goes, nope. He's like, I have to study, Dad. I'm like, all right, you little.
Oh, that's such a good kid.
Hey, you watch your mouth. Don't call my son a good kid.
You ever seen Lion King?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
I just have this. I guess they're practically the same movie, both the live action or the animated. That scene at the beginning where he holds up his son. I just see Johnny holding up his son.
I tried to do that today, but he's a little heavy.
I know.
The little crap he's 6'1". He's probably like 160, 65 pounds now.
I just totally
Is
see
he taller than you now?
Yeah, he's like a full inch taller than me.
Wow.
Looks like one of those K-pop singers.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he just broke up with his girlfriend. He says, Dad, I'm not even that heartbroken. I go, yeah, because your focus is on studying and work.
See,
Where
he's
it
such a
should
good
be.
kid.
I know he's a good kid. I made him. What
Oh my
would
gosh.
you expect?
Well, I don't know.
So
It's you.
I asked him a lot of personal questions, and he's like, Dad, you don't need to know. And I'm like, well, I'm your dad. I can ask you these questions. So I asked him, I go, because he lives with my brother, right? And I know he doesn't bring girls home. And I said, so are you having sex with your girlfriends these days? And he goes, Dad.
Oh, wow.
What? I'm his dad. Why can't I ask him? Anyway, we had a really good lunch. We had a really good conversation. It was just kind of fun.
That's good.
But anyway, what's going on? What's the news? What are we going to talk about today? What are the questions that everybody wants to know from me?
Let's start with LAX.
Oh, LAX.
Yeah, what's going on there?
All right. So the first thing about LAX everyone needs to know is that this is what I do. If you're working LA, Orange County, Riverside, any of those the counties, I want you to know while you are on a ride, you could set your destination filter. Now, your destination filter does not work at LAX, but you could set it while you're on a ride. So what I've been doing is that if I get a ride from LAX, from Orange County LAX, I set my destination back to San Clemente or sometimes Camp Pendleton or sometimes San Diego, depending on, what my schedule is. And once you get to LAX and drop off, depending on time of day, LAX, the Uber app will ask you, go straight to the Uber pickup, LA exit lot, or it'll say head to the queue, right? or head to the waiting lot. The times that I've dropped off and it says, head to the LAX lot, you have to click on yes or no thanks. But I click on yes, so I've done 3 total pickups at LAX now. Okay. So I drop off, I go in the LAX lot, and I got a ride. The first ride went to Santa Monica. The second one went to LA, Santa Monica Boulevard in the 405. And after I dropped off, it was amazing because my destination filter was still on. I got a ping right away that went back to LAX.
That's awesome.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay, there you go.
So the LAX doesn't expire. Like, you can be on as long as you don't log off, right?
You're right, as long as you don't log off. Or, make it your last trip. So then after I picked up that ride, dropped off at Santa Monica 405, I got a ping that went right back to LAX. And again, my destination filter did not time out. It was still on. It asked me again, do you want to go to LA exit lot and pick up? And I clicked on yes. This time, I went all the way to the Mulholland in the 405. I dropped off that dude. Within 3 minutes, I got another ping that went back to LAX. Now, this is after 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And at that time, there was like 250 cars in the queue. This time, it didn't tell me to go to the lot. But I know, even though it doesn't tell you to go to the LA exit lot to pick up, you could still go in there again, and it'll put you in front of the line where they have to put the pin. Yeah.
So it's like a rematch type of deal then.
It is kind of like LAX's rematch.
Yeah. Okay.
So now, if you don't go back in the lot and you don't want to take that gamble because you don't know where the ride's going, you don't have to go. And my other option is you go out to Century Boulevard and you could sit there, but somewhere by the Sheraton, or where else? The Carl's Jr., where a lot of other people sit. Taco Bell, because there are a lot of hotels in that area that you might find somebody going to Long Beach or Disneyland, even sometimes Riverside if you set it to San Diego.
You know what I'm liking now is Hollywood Park Casino, just a little further down.
You gambler. See, you're giving agents a bad name.
No.
I didn't know that.
It's not gambling if your chances are good at getting a ride from that casino.
Well, it's LA. It's good getting a ride a lot of places.
Right.
But anyway, so I'll tell you guys a funny story. So I went into the lot, and it wasn't very crowded. And one of the LA Uber employees was like, can you move up your spot, blah, blah, blah. I rolled down my window. I gave her my charm. I said, hey, baby, what's going on? How's your day going? She's like, oh, it's going all right. I said, hey, can you find me someone to go to Orange County? She goes, there's not enough people here. If there was a large group waiting, maybe I could help you out. I go, please. She goes, maybe next time. So, it might not be a bad idea to find one of those lots. Try to use the King's Charm like I do. Maybe not call them baby, but just say, hey, wondering if you could help me out. I'm an Orange County driver. Maybe you could help me find somebody. Yell out, hey, anybody going to Orange County? And then throw them in my car. Throw them a little cash. I'm not saying to do this, but I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could do that, or you could, whatever, the little slide of the cash in the hand. Hey, all I'm trying to do is give out better tips for people to make more money, right?
You're right.
Yeah. So that's an option that you guys can do. Now, if you're driving night, you get rides at LAX. I would, and you don't want to take that gamble. I would say to go sit out on Century Boulevard. I would not go sit out on south of Sepulveda, because from that area there's not as many hotels, and you'll just probably find local people. You want the tourists, the business people, the family member that wants to go see Disneyland or something like that, right?
Yeah, and those hotels on Century Boulevard, they tend to be pretty nice. The Hilton, the Marriott, the Sheraton.
Yeah. Even the Holiday Inn by the McDonald's has. I've gotten a few good rides out of there.
That's still a nice one, yeah.
Nice McDonald's or a nice Holiday Inn you're talking about?
The Holiday Inn. The McDonald's I can take or leave.
I also noticed that I'm trying not to eat in LA anymore.
What do you mean?
Well, because LAX tax is like 10.25 compared to
Yeah.
Orange County 7.75.
It is true because like I've noticed, when you go to In-N-Out in LA versus like any other county, it's like you get the exact same thing, and you notice it is a few cents cheaper outside of LA.
Yeah. It's not a few
crazy.
cents. It's like well, since I don't really count my change, to me it's like $1 difference. Because in Orange County I might be paying like $7.75 for a meal, but I'm in LA, I'm paying like $8.25 for a meal. That's $1 difference to me. So that's an extra bill I gotta stick out. But anyway, I don't know if you guys have noticed, and we mentioned this for the last couple of podcasts. It looks like that Lyft has raised their rates in Orange County and LA. So Lyft is actually more expensive. And I think that it's actually helping Uber out just a little, not much, on getting more LA rides. But as everybody knows, Lyft has not followed Uber's suit, and we don't know where the passengers are going on Lyft. So that doesn't help.
Now, I will say things haven't changed here in Santa Barbara County. And I think that's the same in Ventura County, where Uber actually costs a lot more, to the point where I've been noticing people have been telling me that on Lyft, it's like, yeah, I don't usually use Lyft, but it was like $5 or $10 cheaper than Uber. So I'm like,
right, and that's the opposite down
Yeah.
here, because I've been getting people telling me that Lyft's more expensive than Uber.
yeah, and so it's probably maybe people are kind of shopping around.
You think it might be depending on the county?
Yeah,
Well,
of course it
it's
is.
definitely
yeah.
been, because the prices are different in each county.
Got it.
But like now, South Orange County is 87 cents a mile for the newer drivers, and North Orange County is 80 cents a mile. 13 cents a minute in 12 cents a minute in North Orange County, but South Orange County is 11 cents a minute. So those prices are pretty much being the same. Again, I still hate Lyft. I don't like that, I don't want to get an email or text message because I decline so many calls. They could go suck on something that people don't like. So
Oh my gosh.
what? It's okay, Lonnie. I was gonna say something mean, but I held back because I have little ones in the house. Kimchi is only 8 months old. What else is going on?
Yeah, what about surges? People are really complaining about fake surges nowadays.
surges.
Again. No such thing as a fake surge. Just because you didn't get a ping in the surge area doesn't mean it's fake. Being in a surge area does not guarantee you a call. You have to also think about all the cars that are around you. And I know we've repeated this like a broken record. You also need to think about the passengers. When they see a ride that they normally do, let's say that, they're going to John Wayne or something from Newport Beach, and it's usually, a $14 ride, and all of a sudden it's $28. They're going to think twice about taking Uber. They might use Lyft at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If they have to go to LAX, you think they're out, when they're usually paying $60 or $70, you think they're going to want to pay $100 or $110? No. So they're probably not going to order a car. Now, if someone's desperate, if they're going somewhere short, they will probably, pay an extra few dollars for a short ride. But for a long ride, they're probably not going to do it. But every once in a while, you get that one desperate person. And you have to remember Uber's model. When the surge goes up, they want to see how desperate you are to take a ride, and are you willing to pay a higher price? And that's what the surges are for. It's not for the drivers, okay? It's for the supply and demand, and who's willing to pay the most, and how quickly they want to get picked up. Right. So you need to remember that. It's not all about you. There's a Uber algorithm not thinking, oh, I'm not going to give this car a ping because blah, blah, blah. That's a conspiracy. Again, stop spreading fake stuff. There's no such thing as a fake surge.
Why don't you explain to people how you can check and make sure it's not a fake surge, or what the rate is?
Well, you could always go on the passenger app, act like you're going to order a car. There's a little question mark underneath there. You could press that button and it'll tell you what the rates are. They'll tell you what the per mile and the time rate is. Mm-hmm. If you don't have the 2x app on your phone. Okay. Now, there have been occasions where John Wayne Airport is surging at 6 a.m. and everybody knows no one's ordering a car because there's no planes landing at that time. even though it's surging, it does not mean it's fake. Okay, there could be a glitch in the system that on our apps where it's red, but of course you're not going to get a call out of there. Doesn't mean it's fake. It means if someone does order a car from there, it will be a surge price. And this is why there's no such thing as a fake surge. I don't know if you guys remember, like 2 years ago, there was a weekend where John Wayne surged 2.5 for 3 days straight. Like 72 hours straight. Even at 3 o'clock in the morning, it was still surging 2.5. I don't know if you guys remember that. And I remember we kept on going. Every driver was showing up to John Wayne because it was a guaranteed 2.5 surge if you picked up at the airport.
That's awesome.
It was great. They fixed
Crazy.
it afterwards. Yeah. But there are glitches like that. And I remember I got a ride from John Wayne all the way down Laguna, and I took the 405 to the 133. I got paid $72 for that ride, and the lady handed me a $10 cash tip. I won't forget that ride. Yeah, it was great. It took like 25 minutes to get down there too. That's why there's no such thing as a fake search. How about that other trick on Uber you could do these days? Man, I must be like some kind of evil con man or something. I feel like that sometimes. Because Dolph and I were talking. I go, Dolph, if you take those $2-3 pings that that are going to go a mile or half a mile, you could actually go to that person, pick them up, ask them where they're going, right? If you didn't read the bottom where their final destination is, drive them there and just pretend like you never started the meter. Because the timer's going to start when you show up, right? And on Uber, you could actually drive away, and after 5 minutes, if you do a no-show, they'll get charged a cancellation fee. So rather than getting the $2.40, you could make $3.75 off that ride.
Yes. Or $4.
Or $4 if you're a veteran driver. And guess what? It doesn't go against your cancellation rate.
Nah.
And you just saved money to the driver. Or to the passenger, I mean.
That's some con man stuff for real.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Just,
But you know what, Johnny? You're not going to get that 1 point towards gold, platinum, or diamond.
Oh, is that the fallback? I think I'd rather have the extra dollar or something. Rather than,
Oh, by the way, where are you at this point, Johnny?
I'm platinum. Why?
Yeah. I'm blue.
Yeah, why?
So I can officially call you King Whore.
I've been called worse. I've been called, slut, whore, skank.
You name it.
It ain't nothing new to me. So, yeah. Anyway, that's a trick. I wish you could do it on Lyft, but you can't do it on Lyft unless you have that. I guess if you get the customer to cancel, you could, you make a deal with them. Hey, listen, Lyft will charge you $5 if you cancel this call, and I'll just drive you anyway. They won't charge you the, $6.50 or whatever their minimum rate is.
Oh, yeah.
You'll save,
it's
you'll
like
save
$8
them
over here, yeah.
Yeah,
I know, save you $3. Come on.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
Because you're gonna get you're gonna get your cancellation of $5,
Exactly.
right?
Instead of
Right.
$2.37. I mean, come on.
Right, or whatever the minimum rate up there is. Yeah, I'm just saying this is just something you can think about. I'm not saying to do it for every $2 to $3 ride you get, but every once in a while you might accept a $2 to $3 ping because it's only half a mile away. I don't know, but I never said this. I don't know, just kind of funny. Anyway, I'll just think about that one day. This is something you can do, right? So what else is going on?
How about the new feature with Uber where you can favorite your driver?
Yeah, so I think you can favorite your driver on if you're a diamond passenger and you have to be a diamond driver. Since I'm not a diamond driver, I get to keep my platinum status until April 30th. This is the only thing that's good about being a diamond driver is that if you're a diamond driver and you're at the airport and there's a diamond passenger and they order a car, they will get a diamond driver to come pick them up. So that means if you're a diamond, you move up the queue to get picked up. Now, it doesn't work at LAX. It only works at like John Wayne and Long Beach, Ontario. Well, not Ontario, I guess, but all the other smaller airports that has a queue. Since the airports with the pin system, it doesn't work. That's the only advantage about being a diamond driver. But then also, you have to remember that you have to keep your cancellation rate down. Right? Now, if you don't care about your cancellation rate, like me, because me being a platinum stats doesn't really mean anything, doesn't really give me any benefits. I'm not going to go to ASU online for free. I'm not going to get my car fixed with 10% discount or whatever, your cancellation rate could probably be up to 20-25%, and Uber still won't say a word. Just a thought. Mm-hmm. Now, since we know where everyone's going and all those things, the only time I would say you would cancel is if you're in a surge area and you get a non-surge ride and you actually accept it, or you get one of those rides that's a non-surge that says $60 to $70. I would never, ever accept those rides. I only say this because if it's a $60, $70 ride, you're probably driving about 60 miles. And I think the 60-mile rides is where we really end up losing money. Unless you're going to be stuck in heavy traffic for, a couple hours. And even then, getting a $60 ride is still not worth it, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to ride from here to Oceanside or Sonoma Beach or something like that, because that's about a 60-mile drive. I don't want to ride like that because most likely I'm not gonna get a surge ride back, and I don't want those things.
Right.
Always on our Facebook page, there's always people talking about, hey, I got a $65, $70, $80 ride to San Diego is just a good ride.
Unicorn.
Yeah, it's not a unicorn. I'm sorry, it's not.
It's more like a donkey with maybe a horn on its head.
Right. I just want you to think about this. That $80 ride you get to San Diego, yes, it's going to look good on your numbers, but you're probably going to spend at least 3 hours going down there and back, more like 3.5, 4. Okay. Setting your destination back to Orange County, chances of getting a ride even to Oceanside is probably not likely, because there's a crap load of drivers down in San Diego. And most of the time you're going to be spending on the freeway anyway. And if you're a veteran driver, this, getting pings using your destination while you're on the freeway, it's much more difficult than being on side streets and going a slower mile per hour. Okay, so remember that. But during that same time, what I'm saying is that 3.5, 4 hours, you could probably book $60 or $70, which would equal the same as your $80, because you're going to spend probably $10 to $12 less on gas. And that's how you do math. That's coming straight from an Asian sensation. All right, so what else?
What are you seeing as far as the trends of, drivers? Are we seeing more drivers coming in or leaving?
Well, I don't know. Well, here's the thing. So every January and February is when a lot of drivers quit. Okay, because it's a slow season. They can't make enough money. They didn't save enough money. They didn't manage their money well, or whatever. Whatever reason, the car's breaking down. You see a big influx of drivers quitting because they're not making enough money and they realize this job sucks. And then you also have other people that are like, damn it, I still have a lot of Christmas bills. I have Christmas. It's also Valentine's Day. All these other things are coming on. They're like, damn, I need to make more money. So they also sign up for Uber. So it goes in and out. But, the stats from a few years ago, it was something like 94% of all drivers quit within a year. So that means there's a lot of drivers that do a few rides and they quit. There's not many drivers that can handle the long hours, the drive, the passengers, and then and this is me included. We've all been butthurt because of someone giving us a bad rating. So people quit for a number of reasons: health, car accident, or whatever. And it's a slow season, so. And February is notoriously known as the worst month of the year. Some people are going to tell me, well, I had a good February. Well, you also probably put in 10 hours every day. like I'm doing these days, just to make ends meet. Well, not to make ends meet, just for me to do well.
So would you say that would be the King's tip of the week?
So so here's my tip of the month, basically for February. If you're a morning driver and you come out at 5:00 in Orange County, which is a good time to come out. If you come out in LA, I would say you start at 4 because there are rides to LAX at 4:00 from all over LA. If you're an Orange County driver, I would not be taking the LAX rides between 5 and 8 o'clock in the morning. And I only say this because always around 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock is when our biggest surges are happening. I'm sure everyone notices the big surges in Santa Ana, Orange, Anaheim, Tustin, and then Newport starts surging around between 7:20 and 8 o'clock. Those surges have gone up to 3.8. 3.9 in the morning. So I would rather you wait around for those calls and try to get the $20 to $100 rides during those times. And then if you want to keep working and you get a ping after 8 o'clock or 8:30 or 9 and you get one to LAX, then you might want to take that one and do my LAX trick while you're up there. That's what I've been doing. And then I've been coming back home around, I don't know, noon or so. I've been taking a nap, then I've been heading back out around 3:30 and working till 7 or 8 at night. And when I do those kind of shifts, I've been easily clearing $200 a day. Well, I take that back. Not easily. I've been working a lot of hours, driving a lot of miles to book over $200. Okay. But again, if you want to make money, this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to put in the time, you're going to put in the miles, and you're going to have to drive. And that's basically what our job is, right? If you guys have any questions, write to us at the King of Uber Facebook page. People that know me, you can shoot me a message. You can write questions on the Facebook group. I want to give a big shout out to Jeff Maurer. I let him back in the group. It's his third time.
Did.
He is the only person in my group that's ever been kicked out twice. And now this is the third time he's let back in. Him and I had a long talk. I cussed him out for about 15 minutes. I made him kneel and bow to me and say, "Oh, King, my king, you are my hero." And I said, "Okay, you can come back in the group."
Hey, I think I'm gonna welcome him back on Facebook right now. Welcome back.
Well, he did write a post today. He said, "I'm back."
Wow.
Yeah. So when he hears this, I'm sure when he hears this podcast, I'm going to get a phone call from him, and he's going to yell at me for about 20 minutes. And I'll just say, "Do you want to get kicked out again?" And he realizes him being in the group makes him more money. He knows that. So, yeah. Always be nice to the king.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say. But anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us. And always remember to tip your drivers.
And don't be creepy.
And sit diagonally.
Until next time.
For more information about driving for Uber and Lyft, reach out to us on Facebook or visit our website at kingofuber.com.
My prediction, I really do think the 49ers are going to blow out the Chiefs because the 49ers defense is so good. That's my prediction.